Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. This is Maluba Mwiludumbwe, your host. For those that are visiting this channel for the first time, this is a channel where we talk about things to do with personal development and public speaking. Public speaking in a sense that if you can speak, you can influence, and if you can influence, you can change lives. Then personal development, guys, as long as we focus on your value, then price will never be an issue. You find that there are people who charge just maybe 50,000 just for them to speak and all those things. It is because they have added value on themselves. Therefore, if you don't add value, then I tell you, the life you are dreaming of, you will never achieve, because you become what you read. So please ensure to keep reading and developing ourselves. And the fact that you're on this channel, it means you want to increase your value addition. So keep doing what you're doing. Well, I know you guys are not seeing me because there has been a change. I used to be in Morocco, but apparently I'm in Zambia, so those boards I was using are not available, so I need to organize another space. I've been trying to find some applications like Loom, but it's not operating well. There are limitations in terms of the length of the video. I've tried Zoom as well. The quality of the video is not okay, but we'll work on it, guys, until we have our own big studio where we can be able to interact well. But we don't give such as excuse, because we must be able to handle objections, because leadership means handling objections. So rather than complaining, I chose to use this opportunity to educate myself by seeing how well I can deliver even without being seen, because there are times that you'll be on radio, and people will not see you, but they still have to hear that impact you are making, even if they're not seeing you. I understand that in order to deliver well, you need some kind of gestures and postures, so that you can convey your emotions by how you move. But yeah, it's not always that happens. So sometimes there will be times when you are not seen, but still your message has to be delivered. So for some time now, you may notice that my face will not be shown, but I hope that my message will be delivered even while using the voice. So for the past few days, I've been mainly focusing on financial literacy. I've taught a number of things of how we can easily sell and all those things. Yeah, but I've decided to go back to public speaking so that we continue, because we must understand that speaking is a very, very important tool, because it comes on the second stage of values, because as I earlier indicated, it starts from implementation, unification, communication, and then finally imagination. By the way, all these are biblical principles. For those that read the Bible, you find these principles in Genesis, where it says, in the beginning God created the earth, and created the heavens and the earth, and all those things. So that's why imagination is on the highest stage, because for God to create that, there was some imagination involved. So therefore, if you imagine, if you imagine, that it means it is a God principle. You are next to God, because God imagined everything. Well, I'm not a theologist or a biblical person or whatever, but I just thought of putting that across, that the 4 stages of value are in the Bible, and if you read well, you find that man was given things to be to look after, which is implementation and all those things. But maybe it's a topic for another day. Today I'm going to talk about speaking to grieving audiences. Well, the notes look so small, but this thing is very, very important. How do you speak to grieving audiences? Now let me try to zoom a bit so that maybe you can see what I'm trying to put across. So Speaking to grieving audiences. Now we must understand that as public speakers, you will not only speak to happy people. There are times that you speak to people that are hurt, to people that are down emotionally, people that are heartbroken, people that are questioning themselves, why is this happening to me? So as a public speaker, you must know how to handle this, because if you do not know how to handle this, rather than comforting, you may end up worsening the situation. We have seen public speakers that have been stoned to death. We have seen public speakers that have been chased because they conveyed a wrong message. They conveyed the wrong message they conveyed a right message at a wrong event. So this is why we have to look at how to speak to grieving audiences. Yeah, so here are the things to address. Number one, you have to address their emotional pain. Number two, answer the why me question. Number three, you should deal with their disappointments. And then lastly, deal with their hunger. Now, I must indicate that before you speak to grieving audiences, you must make sure that you have the empathy and the sympathy. Okay, you must have the empathy and the sympathy, because you must be able to feel what they are feeling. Now, sympathy is simply when you see a person hurt, then you feel sorry for them. But empathy simply means you feel the pain as if it's you. So that's the state you have to be in before you address a grieving audience, okay? Because it means that whatever you are going to say will be as though you are saying it yourself. Please, if you don't feel that, detach yourself from a grieving audience, because you will not comfort them but hurt them. Okay, so you must be able to give encouraging words, and you should use a credible resource like a Bible to arouse hope. So guys, yeah, we must understand that grieving audiences are people that are hurt, and you should address them in a way that is comforting, but also not a way that will arouse the pain. For example, suppose you are at a funeral, someone has died. How do you address that audience? How do you address that audience? Are you that speaker who will go and tell the audience to say, stop crying, such happens, and all those things? How can you tell someone not to cry when they are hurt? How do you tell someone like that? They will feel and see you as if you are someone who does not understand them. You don't understand them, because if you understand and you value someone who has died, you will cry. So as an idiot, or rather taught public speaker, how do you address such? Well, if it were me, I would firstly include such things as, for example, good morning everyone. This is an example. If I was the public speaker at that event, this is what I would say. Good morning everyone. I know most of us are hurt. We are crying because we have lost a person that is dear to us. And I can tell you, if I was in your shoes, I don't imagine, I don't even know what I can be doing right now, because it is painful. I understand your pain, and I can tell you that the best way to express pain is crying. So I therefore tell you that cry as much as you can. Cry, because that is the only way that will show that you are hurt. However, I must indicate that I know that you are disappointed. I know you have you have emotional pain. I know you're asking yourselves that, I wish I had done much for this person, because if I had done much, he wouldn't probably have died. So notice guys, I'm saying while answering these questions, because when I say that, I understand that some of you are feeling like, I wish I would have done much. If I did much, maybe this person would not have died. Which question am I answering? I'm answering the why me question. Okay, I continue. So I know that most of you are probably thinking that maybe if you did much, this person would not have died. I know you are disappointed, you are depressed, and you think that maybe the nurses and whoever, maybe they didn't take care of the person well. But I tell you that death is not predictable. Only God decides when to die and when to be born. But I tell you that there is time for everything, time to die and time to be born, time to sow and time to harvest. And I therefore say that this is the time that God, with his own wisdom, decided that our brother or sister today would leave us, and therefore none of us can control that. So my wish is that let us mourn together in oneness, in hope that there is resurrection and we shall meet our brother again. I thank you for your attention, my fellow mourners. This is Maduba Mwiludumbwe. I thank you. Okay, so guys, this is just a gist, but basically you have to add some other Bible passages that will show clearly that even in the Bible there's someone who faced that. You can add, let's say, the story of Job and all those things, which will give hope to those people. And that's why I included in the tip to say use a credible resource like the Bible to arouse hope, because it is only when you show them that they are not the only people that are going through that will they be able to feel that really they also have to be strong, because there are people that have been in worse situations than them. I hope this was understood, and I hope you enjoyed. Please leave that in the comment. Ensure to subscribe, comment and share, for by doing so it will enable the YouTube algorithm market my videos. This is your host Maduba Mwiludumbwe, and I thank you. See you on the next one. Bye bye.